Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Well, welcome back to Read to Me, Miss Tracy. I'm your host, your book person that's going to bring the books to life. Your host is Miss Tracy. That's me. And I'm going to get started on our very next book for the summer. It is now summertime. Yes, I'm super excited. And thank you all for the new subscribers. I really, really appreciate that and hope that your little people will appreciate that as well. I try to make the stories fun for little people and big people and teach us all something along the way. So this book is called Creation, and it is written by Pamela Blair. She is one half of the duo that created the I See Me Bookstore, which I have a little flyer right here. I See Me African American Children's Bookstore. They also have young adult titles as well as adult titles, and you can go to their website, www.iseeme.com, and order your books or give them a call. And if you're in the Missouri area, 314-349-1122, and you can speak to a person, even go by and pick up curbside books, or they can deliver to you. Okay, so here is the book Creation. All right, here we go. First page. In the beginning, there was nothingness. No earth, no skies, no trees, and no animals. Yeah, everything was very dark. There were only God and his angels living in the universe. Then God turned to his angels one day and said, "Why don't you help me create a wonderful new world?" And the angels thought this was a great idea. They watched in amazement as God started creating the earth. Then God said, "Let there be light." And suddenly the darkness disappeared. God said to the angels, "When it's dark, we shall call it night. And when the darkness goes away, we shall call it day." The angels loved it, and so did God. And he called that day good. And that was the very first day of creation. The angels were tired that night, but they couldn't wait to see what God would do the next day. Let's stay tuned and read. Early the next morning, God gathered the angels around and said, "Watch this." And he caused a whirlwind to happen, with clouds of all shapes and sizes moving until they formed a world. Then he placed the clouds in the middle of the world and said, "The top of the clouds we shall call heaven, and the bottom of the clouds we shall call earth." The angels all loved it. Woohoo! Go God! Woohoo! Go God! And so did God. And he called that day good. That was the second day of creation. On the third day, God called all the angels to watch as he covered the earth with water. Then he caused the land to appear. He made the ground move, and trees and flowers and plants and bushes burst up from the ground. He caused all types of herbs, vegetables, and fruits to appear, and the angels were so delighted that they danced and sang for God. God is good, God is great. Thank you for the earth and the flowers and the vegetables. God is good, God is great. Thank you for making the light a day. And the angels all loved it, and so did God. And he called that day good. That was the third day of creation. The next day, God did not have to call the angels. They were so excited. They all came running or flying. They have wings, so they can walk too. Anywho, they watched while God decided that a little light was needed during the night and a lot of light was needed during the day to make it easier to see. So God said the words, and the sun appeared in the daytime, and the moon and stars appeared in the nighttime. The angels all loved it. Woohoo! Go God! Go God! Go God! And so did God. And he called that day good. That was the fourth day of creation. The angels gathered early the next day to see what God would create next. He spoke to the water, saying, "Let there be fishes of all kinds in the seas." And there appeared dolphins and whales and sharks, all kinds of sea creatures. Then God spoke to the air, saying, "Bring forth birds of all kinds," saying, butterflies and fowl and sparrows and every winged creature. And they appeared, so God smiled, ding, and said, "Now be fruitful and multiply." The angels all loved it, and so did God. And he called that day good. That was the fifth day of creation. On the sixth day, the angels saw that God was especially excited. God said, "Today will be a very special day." He looked at the earth and commanded with his powerful voice that every kind of animal appear on earth. God created horses, elephants, lions, every creature from the smallest insect to the largest beast. He watched them walk about on the earth, then turned to his angel and said, "I need your help." Can you see the giraffes and the lions and the horses and the elephants and cows? Yeah, I saw them. Let's make people. They will look and think like us. So God molded the richest, darkest soil on the earth and made a human form and blew into his creation's nostrils, creating life. And so man was created, and God looked at him and said, "Wow! You will be a little lower than the angels." And God was proud of what he had just done. And he called the man Adam. But then God noticed that Adam was alone. Aww. And so he created a wife for him. Adam called his wife Eve. The angels loved it, and so did God. And he called that day good. That was the sixth day of creation. After Adam and Eve were created, the angels sang and danced, and everyone celebrated, for nothing like this had ever existed before. Oh, wow. The sun, the moon, the animals, the angels. Then God said to the angels, "We shall rest tomorrow on the seventh day. We shall call every seventh day Sabbath. It shall be a holy day, and we will do no work during that day." The angels obeyed, and on the seventh day no work was done. The angels all loved it, and so did God. And he called that day holy. That was the seventh day on earth. The end. That was Creation, written by Pamela Blair of the I See Me Bookstore, and the illustrations were by Roberto Rodriguez. Okay? Thank you very much for this reading. Please, if you haven't already, please hit that little red button that says subscribe. I thank you very much in advance. And in the meantime, I'm gonna see you later, alligator, in a while, crocodile. Give a hug, ladybug, blow a kiss, mwah, jellyfish. See you soon, big baboon, out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear. Wave goodbye, butterfly. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys.